Today is the Champions League final, Arsenal against PSG. A lot of people, including pundits, are saying that Arsenal today gonna lift this trophy and Arsenal gonna win PSG. But from what you are taking this kind of, confidence? For me, it's like overhyped in British media because I'm not seeing any fact that Arsenal gonna win this trophy today. For me, the real favorite is PSG, and by 99% of chance PSG gonna lift this trophy today, and I will explain you why. First of all, we have to go to the statistics when we analyze this kind of situations or predict, like let's say, the winner, because football is. If you watch football normally, if you watch football is about some kind of consistency, and a lot of things in football repeats. Maybe every 10 years, maybe every 5 years, maybe every year, or maybe it's the coaches. And especially, I need to mention about the managers and coaches. When the certain coach or a manager comes to the club, the mentality changes or dictated by the coach. And PSG has a very strong mentality. They are very strong. I mean, they have the best squad now in Europe, in my opinion. And also, it's about the factor of winning. Enrique is a serial winner. If you analyze his previous finals in Champions League, he won it. His winning percentage in the Champions League final is 100%. He played in a final twice and he won both. Against Juventus when he was in Barcelona in 2014 and against Inter Milan last season with PSG. So, when you look to this match, you will understand that this is a serial winner, and he's more experienced in that thing than Mikel Arteta, let's say. Arsenal have not won any European trophy in their history, with all respect to the Arsenal fans and the Arsenal Football Club. And we have to accept it. We have to look to this situation as, honestly, let's say. Of course, you, as a British man maybe, or as an Arsenal fan, you will just try to predict, or let's say try to believe that Arsenal gonna win today, but you have to look in the way of let's say neutral fan, or some person who analyzes it with a cold brain, because if you analyze it like a fan, you will not find the answer. And I'm saying you that I'm very confident that PSG gonna lift this trophy. So the squad is much more better. I have to mention about that. In the PSG, they have the best midfielders in the world, let's say, with Vitinha and Neves. They have best attacking players in the world with Dembele and Kvaratskhelia. They have the best fullbacks in the world with Hakimi and Mendes. And there is in Arsenal, I don't see that. Arsenal is a team that which is well structured. Big applause to Mikel Arteta. They have some kind of consistency, but in the sense of winning the important matches, when you have if you watched all the season that Arsenal played in this year, they lost the matches that was very important to them, very important for them. It was against Manchester City in Etihad Stadium, they lost 2-1. It was like a final, If Manchester City was in the previous shape as in 2 or 3 years ago, Arsenal would never win the title this year. Never. So you have to understand that. Also, they lost in Emirates to Manchester United. That was also important game. They lost to Liverpool when they were a guest in the first round of the Premier League 1-0. I mean, in the important stages, Arsenal every time bottle it, and you have to accept that Arsenal today also gonna lose. with 99%. They have only just 1%. Maybe some kind of miracle happens. Maybe a PSG player will take a red card, for example, or something different gonna happen, something like unpredictable gonna happen, and in that case Arsenal maybe wins. But with most of the chances PSG is a favorite. And by the way, I'm just cannot accept the fact that how Luis Enrique is treated by the media. The media is like telling him straightly that they're gonna lose today. And every time this happens, it's like a deja vu, because when you watch every like game when PSG plays, not only this season but also the last season, especially with the English teams, with Liverpool, let's say with the Chelsea and so on, they like the press is like overhyping or putting the situation that Enrique's team like a small team and they cannot handle the opponent, and they are saying in the manner that PSG gonna lose every time, and the fact is that Enrique's and PSG is proving that they are winning each time again against English Premier League teams. That every time when they play, they are winning, and you have to know. But you need to be so stupid that you say that Arsenal gonna Arsenal gonna win this trophy, or you are just a Arsenal fan that is acceptable as a fan to believe in your team, or you're just some person who is living in another world, because this is so naive. This is so like I cannot understand that how they are like from where they are taking this. When you will watch this game when against PSG against Arsenal, it will be like the score will be not too much big as it was 5-0 last year PSG against Inter Milan. It will be like 2-1 or 3-2 maybe, something like that. Maybe in a series of penalties PSG gonna win it. Maybe in extra time PSG gonna win it. But at the end of the day, PSG gonna lift this trophy today, and I'm sure about that. Remember my word. I'm sure about it, and I'm confident, because as I mentioned, PSG is like the best adaptable team in the world right now. They are not like if you make them defend, they're gonna defend like as a whole team. If you just lose the control in the match for 5 minutes, they're gonna score, and that's it. In the final matches, these kind of situations decides the match score, who gonna be the winner, and we could see it with the match against Bayern Munich. And by the way, like if you analyze whole the Champions League season, also Arsenal was so lucky after the group stages. They just played with all respect to Bayern Leverkusen, with Sporting and Atletico Madrid. They were not even Barcelona, but PSG played with the strong teams, and the semi-final against Bayern Munich, it was something else. Bayern Munich, like it was a team that deserved the final, but for their unlucky like situation, they played against PSG in semi-final. But in that time, I have known that PSG gonna go to the final, and Jamie Carragher predicted before that there will be two teams in the final, PSG and Arsenal, and he said that Arsenal gonna win this. But maybe he told it because PSG won it in the last season, and motivation will be less. You can say yes, maybe that, but for me, Enrique is a different kind of coach. He's a serial winner, and he found his team. When you find your team, when you can play with them as one of the best, any of the team can stop it. And I'm sure that PSG gonna win it. And we're gonna discuss about the match that will be played after that PSG gonna leave the trophy. See you there. Thank you. Bye bye.